What's going on, everyone? Hopefully you enjoyed that demo you just saw. That is the brand new Bogren Digital MLC S093 guitar plug-in. I know I'm a little bit behind, but I love the Bogren stuff, and I just got back from vacation, so I wanted to make sure that I wrote something with it, right? I wanted to check it out. The other thing I want to do for you is I want to actually take you inside the Logic session, show you what presets I used and how I processed them. So let's hop right into Logic. All right, so here is our session. This stack here are my DI signals. My DIs are recorded through an Neve RNDI box into my RMB Babyface Pro FS. Let me turn these on for us, all right? And let's check them out. So this, unmute it, cool. All right, so for the left guitar, I'm gonna output this to the instrument bus, cool. So we used main rhythm KT88. It's got an asterisk beside it, like I changed something. Not sure exactly what I changed. I didn't mess with the mics on this one at all. But anyways, so basically we did the KT88 rhythm on the left side, and I had these faded. I had them in a little bit. 54 and 53. I don't know why Logic doesn't have percentages. All right, but there's that on the left. On the right-hand side, let me unmute this for you. I'll send this also to the instrument bus. We're using the 6L6 tone. So I wanted to do something similar, but a little different on the left and right. Whenever you do different guitars on left and right, it gives you a wider stereo image. So, all right, this is what the KT88 sounds like, raw. All right, nice. All right, this is what the 6L6 sounds like by itself, raw. And those are just different tubes, right? So those are our rhythm guitars. Turn this stuff off real quick. Cool. All right. Yep, that's that. Now, as far as processing on the rhythm guitars, on the tracks themselves, I have an instance of virtual mix rack, and that was just to check the levels for gain staging. I didn't actually do anything. Left guitar, you got a bit of a low frequency here, 195, some hair dryer sounding stuff, 684, and then some whistly frequencies around 2300 and 3200. So this is that. Let me turn off the bus processing. It looks like a lot, but it's not. All right, so left with the EQ. Just cleaning stuff up, right? We did the same for the right side. Yeah. So again, our trimmer's not doing anything. I was just looking at it. The frequencies are similar, but I do try to do EQ for left and right. So let's see, some low stuff, 197 on this one, some hair dryer stuff at 888, and then some whistles at 2382 and 3279, very specifically. All right, so let's check that out. All right, cool. Now, both of those are actually being sent to the rhythm guitar bus here. And again, it looks like a lot of processing, but it's not. All right, so the first thing we've got is Pro Q3, and I'm going to cut everything off below 70, duck out some more low mid stuff. I'm going to push some of the guitar note, and then again, cut out more of these whistly frequencies that have built up over both guitars being sent in, right? Let's check that out. Off and on. So it tightens everything up. The next thing we've got, let me put a little cycle on here. Cool. Next thing we got is Freak Sniper. If you're a member of URM, this is a plugin that they give us for free. It was developed by JST, Joey Sturgis Tones. So what I'm doing here is pulling out more whistly frequencies that have built up with both guitars being sent there. Very minimal, if anything. Next is the SSL 4K native channel strip. The only thing I'm doing here is boosting the top end. Take the green band all the way over to 7K and then push it up to where it sounds good to you. Works well. A lot of times, see, I tried the red knob, which is a shelf, and I actually liked bumping this 7K a little bit better. I had this one at around 11, but I like this better. It's black. All right, gives us some of that top end aggression. The next thing is an instance of Pro MB. I'm using this. It's basically the Andy Sneap C4 trick, but I'm using Pro MB. What I will do in a bus setting is instead of using this in stereo, I'll use it in dual mono, and then I'll listen to each one individually. Like the left, I've got it 134 centered, and this is 134 too. Was it exact? It's pretty close. It's pretty close. I probably could have got away with it in stereo, but I tried to do them individually. So with that off and on. Just tightens up that low end. All right, next I've got UAD Distressor. This has probably become my favorite compressor. It sounds amazing. I like it better than the Slate version of the Distressor. Really, really good. Sounds very musical on everything you put it on. Yep, I got the high pass filter engaged. We're around 5 input, so medium attack, fast release, and then pull the output back to match the volume. As close as we can anyways, right? Very musical, gives it that push, right? Now, these next 3 plugins are just instances of Track Spacer. Unfortunately, Logic doesn't have where you can put one instance on it and then feed audio to the input, so I have to use multiple instances. But what this is, this first one is actually side chained to this track here called Kick Spacer, and all I did was I sent the kick to it and I gated it really tight, and then I killed the output. And what you're going to see, this is going to carve out space for the kick in the guitar to allow it to come through the mix. Let me turn the drum bus on so you can hear it. Right? Now this one is for the snare. So I did the same thing with this snare spacer track here. I set the snare to it, gated it tight, turn the output off. And so now this is going to duck the guitars and allow the snare to punch through. Nice. And these are only on 5%, so it's not it's not a crazy amount, right? This last one is side chained to the octave chord lead. I found that they're kind of in a similar frequency range, so the lead was kind of getting buried, and adding volume wasn't giving me the desired result. So I utilized track spacer, again, the same manner, to cut some room out of the rhythms. Let me turn that on so you can see it. It gives it just a little bit of push. Okay, very cool. All right, so again, all the rhythm guitars go here to the rhythm guitar bus and then to an instrument bus where they are compressed using traditional compression. All right, so let's look at our lead guitars next. So the first lead up is the octave guitar. If I open up this file with my DIs again, let's look at this octave lead. And I took a lead preset. Yeah, I think this was, again, it's got the asterisk, like, showing that I changed something, but I don't remember changing anything. I just turned on a lead preset, rolled with it. I may have messed around with the mix on the delay and reverb. Maybe that was it. But anyways, not a ton of stuff going on. This is what it sounds like raw. Actually, let me just solo that. There you go. Oh, I should give it an output, huh? All right, we're going to send this to the 2 bus. I don't want to have an instrument compression. Nice. All right, cool. Let's turn that back off. Turn these back off. Kill the output. That way I don't forget to turn it back off, because I will. Now let's look at that track, how we processed it. So all of my leads, along with my post-processing or post-production stuff, like in this case, synths and choir, I don't send them to the instrument bus. I send them straight to the 2 bus. I don't want the pumping of that compressor to affect those things. So these are going straight to my 2 bus. Let's see. First thing we've got is some EQ. Cut off everything below 100. Some low mud. Some hair dryer frequency. Some whistle, and then pushing some high end. So let's check that out. On and off. Just cleaning it up and pushing the highs. Next, another instance of Freak Sniper. Again, very minimal, just cleaning up some frequencies. And lastly is a limiter. My leads, I will limit them 2 to 3 dB just to keep them in place. Nice. There you go. All right, the next thing we have is this lo-fi guitar center, and all this is it just basically introduces the next riff. It's just the very first part of it, introducing the next riff, and it is the exact same rhythm tone as the left and the right. The only thing I did was I took a preset from the Slate Infinity EQ2, and these 2 points here, I brought them down just a little bit. They were making it a little too abrasive, so brought them down just a smidge. And this is what it sounds like. Let's solo it. And it's this speakerphone effect. And then again, like I said, I just brought these two little devil horns here, just brought them down. So without it, yet exact same tone, we're just doing that lo-fi thing. Very cool preset. All right, next thing we have is this chasm lead. All right, this is pretty cool. I know that I pushed the reverb and delay on this one pretty hard. Let's see here. Let me select them. Oh. All right, cool. Boom. All right, so these I changed it from eighth to quarter. I bumped the mix up, and then I bumped the mix up on the reverb because I really wanted this to be that delay and then pushed back reverb type effect. Yeah. Send that to the 2-bus. Okay, here's what it sounds like raw before processing. Nice. The presets in this MLC plugin are just absolutely outrageous. You can literally pick any of these presets and just roll with it. It sounds great out the box. Again, just a couple tweaks here and there because I was hearing a specific thing, but absolutely phenomenal, man. All right, so that's our lead there. Boom, let's close that back out. Let's look at the processing. All right. Again, these are going straight to the 2-bus. I don't want the instrument bus compressor doing anything to them. First thing up here, can I slide this? There we go. All right, first thing up here is some Pro Q. And again, we're going to cut off the lows, and then we're just going to pull out some nasty frequencies. And you can see those, but you have to be really careful pulling those frequencies out simply because there's so many order harmonics afterwards, and you pull too many of them out and you're going to kill the tone completely. After that, again, Freak Sniper. Nice. And then a limiter. Again, 2 to 3 dB is all I'm looking for. Nice. And the very last thing that we have here is this octave chord. It's basically reintroducing the first riff, and all I did was the generic filter sweep type deal. Took a high cut filter, brought it down, and then automated a sweep up. I did have to pull some volume back here on our trimmer. That's literally all it is. And with this trimmer, I'm looking for it to be around +1. I know that's a good spot for gain staging. EQ wise, all I did was pull out some lows. And you can see the sweep there. But that is it for all of our guitars. Should be noted that the bass is utilizing Bogren's bass knob, not the Trivium, the STD bass knob. sweet plug-in. Did a cool little trick here. Let me show you that real quick. So here is the bass track after I mixed it and printed it. Show you this. It's pretty gnarly amped tone. All right. And then what I did was I copied that tone and I created this filter with Pro Q3, and this is just the grind of the bass. Check this out. That's real low, but what I did was I blended that into the bass to give it that kind of a grindy push. Let's check it out if I turn it off. Right? It's a little trick you can use. A little grindy bass push. And the drums are Crim drums. I did add a couple trigger samples I'm augmenting with. Let's see, this one is from MDL. That's Josh Middleton's drum company. These are some free samples. So if you want free drum samples that are awesome, like one-shots, just go sign up for their email, like their newsletter or whatever. And then this is a Daniel Braunstein kick from Drum Shots. And I did some snare. Again, a Daniel Braunstein snare and a Josh Middleton snare. And these are blended in, and of course I had to tune them a bit to the actual instruments. But that's it. All right, again, thank you guys for watching this demo. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to go and pick it up, obviously you can go to Bogren Digital's website. You can pick it up, do a 14-day trial. They have it on an introductory price right now for $99, which is a good deal. So if you like the tones, yeah, go grab you one, check it out. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy the content, please consider giving us a subscription. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Have a good one.